Hey folks, I'm about to share with you a story about this family who had a distressed property that they needed to sell, and how we really helped them out a lot, to the tune of, well, about $73,000 more than what they had expected. So here's just the real short snippet part of this, because you can watch the rest of the video. You'll see this property, when I say we got them an offer for $621,000. Now, there was another agent that they were talking to that got them an offer of $600,000. Well, $21,000, not that big of a deal, but I contend that $21,000 even is a big deal. But in the end of the day, it was actually more about the net sales price, because that other agent was going to charge them 6% commission, right? And then there was also about 1.5% closing costs. And then there was an additional $7,500 that had to be paid to the contractor to release the plans and permits so that the new buyer could continue the work. And so it was really expensive. And then we don't even know if that agent who was selling retail would have had to ask, or if their buyer would have asked for more money for repairs or for things that they suddenly don't know about. In the end of the day, before repairs and things like that, we ended up netting our client $73,000 more for the condition. Watch this video and you'll see why that's a big deal. All right, guys, I want to tell you a story about this house and another house very similar to it that we're helping some folks with. The people who own this house, they inherited it a few years ago, and they really had their heart set on moving into the property. There's sort of an elderly couple and some medical issues and things like that, so they can't do a lot of stuff on their own. But what they did was they decided to hire a contractor, and that contractor came into this property, started doing a bunch of work, got part way through with some of the stuff, as you see. I mean, at this point, there's even, windows that are still open and exposed to the exterior. These people, unfortunately, they paid that contractor all the money up front. I'm sure you can understand where this story is probably going. And he hasn't obviously finished the work. Well, he said it was based on permits and based on other issues and delays and materials and things like that. Well, in the end, what ended up happening was he finally said, okay, we got the appropriate okays and permits and coastal commission approval and so on, only to tell them, yeah, I'm ready to get back to work and finish the job. However, I need more money. There's a couple lessons here. Number one is never pay a contractor up front for a job. Look at this one, window open to the exterior. Don't ever do that, because now they have all the money. There's no incentive for them to get the job done. Pay it in increments. These people are now in a situation where they're kind of being held captive, and you can see the demo work, or I should say the damage work that this guy has done. He's kind of completely refigured all of the electrical, some of the plumbing, did some of the some other things, some things that are not super clear about why it was done. For example, why would you remove an entire exterior wall if you don't have permits to do it? I don't know. That's another question. But that's not the whole point of the story. The point of the story is, and the same thing with this other property that we helped out on recently, is that these people, and look at this again, another window going outside, just open, exposed to the elements. These people and another house we just recently helped somebody with. Similar situation. The other house, they had renters in there. They were horrible. They were, unfortunately, they were drug addicts. So they just had a lot of problems with that property. By the time they got them all evicted and got them out, the house was a wreck, and they just wanted to get it sold. And so what we did was we put them in a competitive cash bidding environment. What do I mean by that? Well, typically when somebody calls a cash buyer, they call one of those ads that says, hey, we'll buy your house for cash. It's one person. it is an investor, and by definition, investor is buy low, sell high. They're going to try and get it for as absolutely low as they can. When they do that, the seller loses because they're giving up a ton of their equity, and and they just go, well, I don't have any other choice, because the other choice is I go spend another $100,000 on finishing the repairs on this house. Through the competitive bidding environment, and I'll speak on the other house because we're not done with that process yet on this house, but through that environment, we were able to generate 89 offers for this other person's house. And with that 89 offers, we were able to get them almost $100,000 more than what they would have received from a cash buyer had they accepted one of the cash buyer offers that they had sought out originally. So if you know somebody who's got a house to sell, any condition, any location, any price range, anywhere basically Southern California, then have them call me, because a couple of things. Number one, for me to do this for them, it's free. It's absolutely free. If we start getting offers on the property and then they like the offers, great, they take one. If they don't like the offer, well, they don't take it, and there's no obligation, and nobody's feelings are hurt. But they'll have an educated decision about what the value of the property is. So anyway, I just thought that was a story that you should hear so that you can share with other people as that conversation comes up. All right, thanks for listening. Take care. So if you want to learn more about what it is that I actually do that's totally different than what most other agents do to help get these properties sold and get them much higher net prices when they close, then just reach out to me or visit hybridhomesales.com. And happy to help you out in any way I can. Take care.